Good afternoon, Sharks. Welcome to Beauty Now. We are asking for $50,000 for a 10% stake in our company. My name is Caitlin Jordan, and I am the project manager and financial analyst for Beauty Now. Now, what is Beauty Now? I will pass it off to Tundu, our web designer, to explain.
Cool. Thank you, Caitlin. What is Beauty Now? Beauty Now is a brand new live streaming platform for specifically the beauty market. Now, our gurus, which are our streamers, that we would like to call our streamers gurus, our gurus are representing a hub for skyrocketing trends in the market for hair care, skin care, clothing, and makeup. The users will visit our website to learn new tips and tricks and stay for our gurus' amazing personalities. Now, if we can, I'll take you over to our website really quick. I'm going to have to do it from back here. This is our main page on our website. Our homepage will feature, the very first thing you'll see will be that it has a viewer count. So far, our website has been up for about 3.5 days and has a view count of about 100 already. Imagine the possible growth in the future. The first thing you'll see though is the featured page. Our algorithm will pull a random streamer from our website and feature them on the main page for every day. What's under that is trending. Under the trending, you'll see the newest trending topics for hair care, skin care, clothing, and makeup. And thanks to our partners, Insider, we can get all that done. Now, if we can, we'll go over to categories. Now, our categories page has 4 main topics: hair, makeup, clothing, and skincare. Once you click on one of the topics, you can see that it'll show you all of our streamers or gurus that are offline or online at the moment. As you can see for hair, they're all offline at the moment, but if we go back to categories, you can see that there is currently 1 streamer at the moment that's online, and his button is red, showing that he's online. Once we click on his icon, you can see that it takes us to his homepage. This is his channel page. At the top corner, you'll see that it'll show you the subscriber rate. Oh, if you click it, you can subscribe to the streamers, and for a subscription of $4.99 a month, which we'll talk about that later. Now, on the subscriber page, you'll see that if he's live, you'll see that his live stream will be starting soon, or if he is not live, you'll see that he has an analog website of videos that you can watch through. If you click on the live stream, well, he's not live right now, so we'll come back to it later. Now, if we go back to, I'll pass it off to our market analysis, Jeff.
Oh, thank you. Before I begin, I do want to give a quick fact. About 86% of young women and adult women feel they opt out of important activities in their daily lives if they don't feel good about the way that they look. Right now, there isn't a large representation for online streaming in the beauty industry. The Beauty Now live streaming service is different because we offer a personal relationship between the streamer and the viewer, a very close connection between the two. Our service is specifically for beauty without having to deal with a third party like YouTube Live. Similar streaming services like YouTube Live, Instagram Live, and Twitch.tv are out there, but YouTube Live is more of a direct competitor compared to indirect competitors like Twitch and Instagram right now. The streaming industry is growing exponentially, and a good example is when Twitch their percentages boomed with 86% new viewership that came. This shows us that there is a growing market for live streaming. I will be passing it off to our designer and developer, Christopher.
Hi. As he said, my name is Christopher. I'm the web developer for the site Beauty Now. So our vision for Beauty Now would be to have our viewers interact with beauty icons via message, chat, or donation to show their favorite guru their support. Viewers come to our site expecting to learn tips and tricks about makeup, fashion, anything. But they stay for their personal interaction for the guru. Viewers can grow their personal relationships with a trusted beauty professional. Beauty Now will become the hub for latest trends and personal wellness. Our idea to get revenue for our site is through our viewers via donations and PayPal, advertisements in Google AdSense, sponsorships from local and online businesses, merchandise, and monthly payments of $5, like our designer said, for our regular subscription, or $20 for a premium subscription, which comes with a gift from our sponsors. Now I'd like to pass it off to our financial advisor.
All right, so let's talk about some finances for you now. So the main areas that our finances will be going to is advertisement via social media, data analysis, search engine optimization, data centers, pay-per-click advertisements, and copywriting. So for year one, here we have a bar graph that breaks down breaks down all the different areas that we will be spending money on. A lot of these are going to be upfront costs. For example, the domain, we bought the domain name beautynow.guru. So that's just an upfront cost. And then other ones like pay-per-click ads, that's like a continuation cost. So if we want to advertise our site on, let's say, for example, Sephora, if we wanted to advertise our site on there, then we would have to pay to have it on. And so another area that we think would be very beneficial for us to market our site is influencers from social media. Here is just a small group of influencers that we set up that we're going to contact and get them to post something either on Instagram or any other social media that they use. And then here is just a breakdown of the cost that we would pay per post or whatever it is for them to advertise us. And then here's year two, and then the breakdown of what we expect our costs to be. And so, like I said before, some of the costs that we had in year one are not present in year two, because that's startup cost. And then here again, we have like data center, search engine, data analysis, and then the maintenance that we have to pay like per month to keep up with the site and any other related issues that we have. Thank you. Any questions?
Questions? Can I start?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how are you funding the gurus?
Also, the gurus will be paid via our revenue option, so donations will be going straight to gurus themselves. We'll be taking a percentage of the donations, but for the most part, the biggest chunk will be going to the gurus themselves. There'll be ads on the streams themselves that will go to the gurus. And then also, the gurus themselves can gather their own sponsors that can pay them for sponsoring products on their live stream and things like that.
Okay, and then that brings me to my other question, which is credibility. So now it's kind of like what you said. If I want to see a makeup tip, or if I want to see something, I go to YouTube. It's free. I have people that are very qualified, and they're going to give me everything that I need for free. And I know that they're not being biased because they're not being sponsored by other products. But if I'm going to a website where I have partnerships included, I'm going to think they're just trying to sell a product to me. I don't know if this is credible. Do you know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah,
how do you maintain the credibility of your website if you have a bunch of like sponsors that are paying you to say good things about their product?
So not all of the beauty gurus will be sponsored. It just kind of depends if the beauty guru wants to be sponsored by a specific like eyelash brand or something, and then we plan on before the video begins telling them this is going to have some sponsored products in it. So not everything is going to be sponsored, but we'll show that before the video.
I like that. So you're going to keep your honesty with your clientele.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the for sure required items too.
And how, like, if this goes to a big scale, how are you going to keep the guru interaction? Because you said that they're going to give more personal feedback, and that's what makes it different from just going to YouTube, right?
It's one of the key features that I forgot to show. I think we'll be have a live chat feature where you can interact with the guru via chat. So anything that you type in the chat right here will go straight to the guru, and he or she will see that chat. And then also when you send donations, you'll be able to send a message with the donation because of the PayPal feature. So any donation that you send will be in a queue that the guru can see anytime.
How is this different from Twitch? Exactly.
So Twitch,
It's literally Twitch.
yeah. So yeah, I do agree. It's very similar to Twitch, but Twitch is a very big gaming stream channel. It does have live streaming options, but it's still a very niche thing. If you look at the first 30 options in Twitch, you might see live stream. You'll see chat, just chatting. You won't see beauty. You won't see makeup. You won't see coding, anything like that. It's a very niche section of Twitch, and that's why we want to take out the third-party feature and make it just a topic of its own.
But once they see you start ramping up, what's to stop them from just adding it themselves? They already have the population, the popularity, and brand sense. What's to stop them from completely pushing you out of the market?
Well, the idea is that our growth will ramp up enough where Twitch, because right now Twitch, it's still a very small market on Twitch. Even on Twitch, it's a small market. Yes, they have streamers on it all the time, but if you actually go on it, you'll see maybe the top 10 have 100 viewers, maybe even less than that. And then everything after that, it's going to be 1-0 viewers. It's still really small, even on Twitch itself. So with the ideas we want to throw out there, we believe that we can grow fast enough to the point where we can bring influencers in for our side and let them talk for our features, and so that way we can take over Twitch as a beauty live streaming market.
I'm still trying to grab the distinction as far as marketing and why you versus them. As far as, well, if I was a consumer, which I'm not.
Yes.
But anyway, but if I'm trying to see what's your marketing edge to sway a population to go to your site. I'm trying to see what your niche,
So
your market.
the idea here is that there isn't really a live streaming site for the beauty market itself. Yes, there are plenty of general streaming sites that you can stream anything on, but that's like, again, it's a third party at that point.
Okay.
So with this, with what our financial advisor said, we want to go to social media, like big YouTubers, big Instagram followers, people that have a big following. We would like them to advertise our site for us. These people have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million followers. If we get even a third or fourth, a fifth or sixth of their following, that's still over 500,000 viewers on our site in just one post. So the idea is that they can generate enough of a following for us where even if a fifth of the people that showed up stayed, that's still 100,000 people.
And my financial question is, 50,000 is pretty low for a start. I'm just trying to understand all I couldn't see all your charts to see where, but that's because I have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's
So, and
In
I'm
year one, if you go back to year one, you can see a little bit better.
Okay.
So for the most part, we have two different charts because a big portion of the year one finances are just flat rates. So
Okay.
the advertisement from the big influencers on social media, the domain cost, some of the other professional web designer that looks over our site once. Is some flat rates that are included in year one that's not going to be in year two. That's why we have two different costs.
And she might have answered it earlier, but the guru you mentioned,
Yes.
who's paying for that? The guru?
Oh, so I mean, if it's going to be any random guru, then they just kind of join because they see an opportunity to get big. But we do want to also offer money to other YouTubers or Instagram followers or Twitch streamers even to come over to our site and start streaming for us instead. That way they can bring their following over too.
So, like, is the incentive to bring other established creators? So, like you say, you want to bring someone that has 6 million followers.
At this point, it's pretty much since we're a startup, that would be a great way to generate viewership. But we would like to make it so that people join our sites on their own free will, so because they see an opportunity to get big.
Yeah, but what I wanted to ask was say there's a beauty guru out there who has 6 million subs, And what is their incentive to move from Twitch or from YouTube to go to your website?
I mean, if it's from YouTube, it's not a full transfer. There are plenty of Twitch streamers out there as well that do YouTube and streaming as well. They can always have a live streaming where they make a full live stream tutorial about what they're doing and then upload that to YouTube as well. So if it's a YouTuber, I feel like they don't lose anything. They give them money and then they generate a bigger following if they stream on our sites as well because it's a live interaction, which YouTube doesn't give.
I would like to include that they're making profit from both sites at that point. So it's just more incentive for them to join both instead of just lingering on one.
And
Go ahead.
I actually had an interview with a YouTuber, and she made beauty videos and stuff. And I asked her, would she be willing to go and do videos like live stream, and what would be the incentive, like you asked. And a big thing is that you said that they want to have a more personal relationship with their viewers. There's only so much that you can do in like the comments on like YouTube when you go and ask them a question. They don't always see it. They can't always like go through them. So what we want to do by having the chat and this live stream is that they can ask them those questions right then and there. So again, it's just having more interaction with your viewer base, and then like the personalities. The reason that people want to come back to watch these like YouTubers or whoever it is because they like what they're bringing, whether it be personality or whatever it is, their products. And so with that, it's kind of an incentive for them to keep growing as well.
So is there any flexibility with what they stream, or is it all beauty based?
I mean, we have 4 general topics that they can go under, which is hair, makeup, skincare, or clothing. And under that, it's pretty much as long as it's a general idea that's around that topic, it's okay. Because so for example, makeup, this is an idea that we were going around as well. So for makeup, you can have body paint under there. I understand it's not generally the same as makeup, but it's the same idea as sometimes. So that fits under the makeup category. For clothing, you can have like cosplay because it still works. So yeah, there's some leeway, but at the same time, we would like to stay in the beauty.
How would you monitor that? How do you determine what's
You would have moderation.
Can you elaborate on that?
Moderation is where people, if they find something suspicious or something that they don't like, or if they define it as not in the line, then they can report it. And then we have people like monitor them, see if they're actually following our guidelines.
What people with the $50,000 you're asking for now might be necessary to do so. I'm sorry, I'm not.
For your financials, is year 1, year 2 projected expenses, or are they actual? Do you have any like projected earnings or any test cases of viewerships? Because you showed earlier that you had like 100 people on the site. Do you have any like projected earnings or revenue?
Not at the moment.
Are there any like current gurus that are established on other platforms that you have on the platform right now? Like, I guess, are they sponsoring your website?
We haven't had time to reach out to them yet because this was done 3 days ago. It was published 3 days ago, so we haven't had time to reach out to them yet. But we plan to get it soon.
I think it's a work in progress. I think your guys are focusing a lot on the marketing and not so much on the number one thing, which is the gurus. You need to create a very strong guru platform where people can trust and will bring your audience in. I think if the focus switch a little bit where your investments are going to go, this could be a launching idea. At the moment, I'm a little bit skeptical that you're going to be able to bring the quality people that you're planning to bring. So it's a work in progress. I would say, like, come back to me 3 months from now with like a little bit more positive results. I would invest at the moment.
Yeah, I just can't. I'm not convinced that this is no different than Twitch or YouTube or Instagram. I mean, that's the same concept as Twitch, where there's a live chat with like interacting with your audience and having subscriptions and things like that. So,
let's see. I think I agree with pretty much the table here. It's a work in progress. I think it's a very competitive market where you really need to know who your drivers are going to be to make that niche. But the money is so low, I can't help but just jump in. And I would probably double that, go 100K for a 25% interest.
Any additional comments? I think that the backbone of your business plan is there. You guys are trying to pull a specific audience, and you know that. But I also think that you don't have that special something that either Twitch or YouTube had created in the early days that would draw me to your site. So until you can really carve that out and figure out what makes you completely unique in all these health and makeup gurus.
What was your offer?
100K, 25%.
I feel that's a long one.
Is it have a
Anyway.
limit or am I like
No,
just being
no,
there?
you can buy them out.
This is the last one.
Right? You can I'll buy you out for like 200K.
We would like to say thank you for your offer, but
Okay, all
I
right.
like it. I like
All
your
right.
style.
thank you.
Thank you.
That was a good
Yeah,
website.
thank
I wasn't ready for the no.